Welcome back to the Gridiron Goons. I'm your host, Brandon. I am with Packerman Preacher.
What up?
I'm with Niner Sean O'Mac.
Hello.
And, yeah, you listened to last episode. We were rambling. We got there in the end.
Sorry it got a little long, guys.
That's what we do, man. We're just having fun, vibing.
There's just so much to talk about.
Hope you're vibing with us. We love feedback. So if you could please, throw some comments out there, like the video, subscribe, share with your friends. We could use it, and we just like the feedback. We like to respond back to you guys. I know we have multiple times, especially if you hit us up on Facebook. We're extremely active on Facebook, so you comment, we'll give you a like, we'll talk back with you. And I'll tell you what, man. If you're one of our top fans, I think we're going to start shouting out top fans.
We should definitely start doing that.
I think that's what we are going to do. Preacher Man, why don't you get us started off? Because we had some more stuff.
Yeah.
We're not running right into games this week.
I mean, good news this week. We don't have a 9 o'clock game anymore.
Never again for the rest of the season?
I don't think the rest of the season.
No, the international games are done.
But in an interview on this, I believe it was like on NFL Today or something, like one of the early pre-games or whatever. With Roger Goodell, old man Goodell, was in an interview with Colleen Wolfe, and
take it easy, Sean. He's single.
Goodell has eyes on 8 international games next year.
Okay, so is that like 2 in London, 2 in Germany?
He listed cities of Spain, Mexico, Brazil, London, possibly Ireland, and then, of course, the Munich game in Germany.
That's not 8.
Well, you would assume that London's 2 games. So that's
both Jaguars
games. If not a third, UK game, right? Because there's 2, 4,
Didn't
5.
we just do Brazil?
We did Brazil last year.
It's
this year. It was
but
first game of the year.
Yeah, wasn't the field absolutely fucking atrocious?
It was atrocious.
Let's go back there.
That's the one
Stupid.
Love got hurt on.
Yeah.
Trust me, I want to think it was last year at this point.
If we do go to Mexico, I know the team. I know one of the teams that will be going for sure.
Who's that?
The 49ers.
Really?
They are very loved in Mexico, and I'm not being biased. That's a proven fact.
Yeah. Hispanic community does really like the Niners.
So before, with these 8 games, now I want to get a little speculation here, maybe a little reckless speculation.
God, I love reckless speculation.
If there was any country that you would love to see an NFL game played in, where would it be?
Italy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to be completely honest, and this one's kind of wild. Fucking Tokyo, bro.
I mean, that'd
be legit.
That'd be crazy. I've always thought of Australia.
Yeah, Australia might.
Down under.
Because they have a whole bunch of rugby's huge there.
Yeah.
I mean, in rugby and football, now they're
very
two
similar.
different worlds, but they're very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that'd be a really great marketing opportunity to bring the rugby world and the NFL world together.
What about Antarctica? Break a damn record, bro. You want a snow game, motherfucker? I'll give you one.
What about the North Pole, man?
I love that.
What about Russia?
With the elves? Not elves in Russia, elves at the North Pole. I don't know what Putin has to do with anything.
What about what if we did one of those what if they did an island game where it was Jamaica or Bora Bora or something.
That'd be cool.
You just got a big massive tropical game.
Can I just say I'm kind of mad that the NFL doesn't have a Hawaii team? Who wouldn't want to be on the Hawaii team? Beautiful weather at all time. You just got to watch out for a volcano. Like, that's it.
Volcano goes off during the game.
Yeah, you just gotta be like, you gotta get this 4th down and we gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, hurry up.
Oh, man. So, I mean, that was kind of one of the biggest news that we didn't get to because the schedule's, like, not out yet for next year.
Right.
And I know we all want to go to a Packer game in Lambeau Field.
We do. So now I get to go to a Packers game next year, and we're going to go to a Niners game next year?
I don't know where my travels will take me next year.
Green
We
Bay,
got to
man.
go to Niners. We already decided. So we have to pick one and go.
And we have to go to a Green Bay game in Lambeau Field.
Okay, man.
Well, I'm
I'm going to have to lose some weight. Them seats are small.
We need Terry in.
Terry,
Would you like to go to Lambeau?
you in?
I like Wiener. Well, he spoke.
Again?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Last week. Oh, jeez. Well, let's just get into this. The week
Are you
11.
sure?
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Let's roll.
All right. Back off of a exciting end of a game on Monday night. The Detroit Lions play the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Lions are starting no starters.
Let's hope that this is not a last-second field goal game for the Lions, because if it is, it will be terrible. Do you want to know how much point favorite
I do.
Detroit is?
I'd love to know.
13.5.
Good Lord!
And I can promise you one thing, Dan Campbell will have all that stuff they fucked up last week cleaned up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To throw 5 interceptions and your team still win is something only the best coach in football can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I speak for all of us. Dan Campbell needs coach of the year, and if he doesn't get it, there needs to be riots in the street.
Whoa, man.
I'm being 100% serious. He deserves it 150%. There should be no fucking question.
As much as I don't like the Lions as a Packer fan, I have to agree with you. I mean, Dan Campbell, if you really look at the past 2 years, he's turned that team it's the brand new Lions. We're not talking the Lions of old, and they bought in to that whole organization. Dan Campbell as the coach. Detroit's like the fans have bought into Dan Campbell, the coach. So, honestly, I think
Except for the ones that made him move.
Lions of old
That's true.
would have lost that game. Monday night.
Definitely, for
100%.
sure. Let's keep it moving from Detroit to Chicago. The Bears hosting the Packers. Packers 5.5 favorite.
They are going to fucking demolish that spread.
It's going to be a crazy game, wild game. I wanted to preview these 2 games first because I think they're easy games for us to get into before we break down our standings.
Okay.
Because we've swept. You and I had the Eagles on Thursday night. You had the Commanders on Thursday night. Obviously, record this on Tuesday. Don't know who won yet.
Sorry.
Hopefully it was the Eagles.
Get a job.
Now we got the Lions and the Packers were swept. I'm excited for the Packer game. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
You and I went 9-5 last week for a record of 93-59. We are slowly chipping away at Sean's lead. Sean went 8-6 last week at a 98-54 record. Now, if it was 93-59 is nothing to scoff at.
No.
But we have this week games that allow us to make up ground on Sean.
Yes, we have, 4? 4
There
that
was
were different on?
multiple. I think it was 4 or more.
So we are going to either A, catch up, or B, fall way behind.
So either right now going into week 12, it's going to be close.
Week 11.
Well, I'm saying going into week 12.
Okay.
Either it's going to be close or Sean's pretty much got this pick'em wrapped up in a bag going
Yeah,
into
he
week
would have
12.
he'd have to royally fuck it up.
So Packers, Bears, it's going to be a good game. Green Bay, honestly, I hope nobody gets injured because, knock on wood, it's been a year for Jordan Love. So,
Cap said, I'm getting the hell out of here.
knock on wood, I'm out. Let's go on to the Rams-Patriots game. Unless if you got anything to talk about the Bears-Packers here. But I don't want to step on any toes. Hot mic.
You know what? I'll grab it. Fuck Caleb Williams. I'm ready to go on.
Okay, you?
The fucking Bears are fucking up just like they did last year. The organization is once again a mess.
Okay. Oh, should have just kept her moving. Rams pass.
Look for Kyron Williams to have a huge game against that Pat Steve.
Yeah, didn't you say that last week? How about that?
Still got
What was Kyron Williams'
enough
stats
points to
last
get me a
week?
win in the
Awful.
Garbage Bowl.
I think it was like
What was his
8.8
stats?
points.
10 points.
10 points?
Are
8
you
points,
sure?
10 points? 5 points? Either way.
It was 11.2.
Oh, okay. We all have the Rams winning this one. So even if Kyron Williams does, in fact, blow chunks.
His two worst performances of the season back to back, week 9 and week 10.
So
He's in
either
a
he's
slump.
going to continue on his slump or he's going to pull it out and actually do something this week. Who knows? But I've got the Rams. You've got the Rams. He's got the Rams. All right. Well, let's continue on the sweeps. Browns and Saints. Now, it's crazy to tell me from week 1 to now. Like week 1, week 2, we thought the Saints were going to be like the biggest team. They were blowing people out of the water.
Crazy.
And then the Saints just decided, you know what?
They didn't even fizzle apart. Like their tire fell off.
We're just going to go just chill for the rest of the year and not show up to any game. So I find it crazy in a year that we've got the Browns winning this game, right? Like the Browns are winning this game, and I don't know how we're getting here.
We're here, man.
I'm kind of shocked that we swept this one. I am.
I am too, but I just, man, I can't.
I know I'm not switching.
I'm not
Fuck the
switching you.
Saints.
All right, okay.
Especially with them not having ladder.
Vikings, Titans. The last of the sweep here.
So, hear me out.
Yes.
I said it a little bit on the other episode, but Sam Darnold looks like Sam Darnold of old. If you are a Vikings fan, you should be worried. Unless Jacksonville decided to turn it around. I didn't watch the game, okay? I was at Raymond James watching a game, so I couldn't watch that one. But unless the Jags just turned it around last week, Vikings, you're in trouble. You are in trouble. So they got to do something.
Well, I know in last episode you had talked about them sliding out of the playoff picture.
Yes.
I think this week is a week to figure out what you need to do for the remaining schedule. Because they've got, I mean, they still got to play Green Bay again. They got to play the Lions again.
It's not easy.
I mean, it's not an easy road for them. I mean, so
They got a tough schedule coming up.
they got to figure it out. Let's keep it moving to the second game on our list. We have a change. No longer a sweep. That's because the Indianapolis Colts, fan of the year. Did you see this?
No.
Seth the Flow.
Hell yeah.
Fan of the year. Won, won't even win, but they gave him Super Bowl tickets for being the fan of the year.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely not. He got Super Bowl tickets. And you know what? With that being said, the Colts looking interesting going into this game against the New York Jets. Now, you would think, being an Aaron Rodgers fan, I would pick the Jets, but not today. Not today.
You're just trying to get us Super Bowl tickets.
You know why? Because this is our Colts. This is our team. And you know what? I bleed blue. Call me, I'm
Blue.
on the train. I'm on the train. Give me the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm with you. Give me the Colts.
I'm taking the Jets.
Why?
I think they're just due for a win. Basically, that's it.
I don't know who's been sharing all the Aaron Rodgers is washed memes on our Gridiron Goons page. It might be me, but who knows? That's the only reason I didn't take the Jets. He's washed. And he's making Devontae Adams look bad. I didn't think that was possible.
He doesn't have it anymore.
It's done.
As much as I like Aaron Rodgers, I just don't see
God, he is done.
I just don't see it. And I really hope for Aaron Rodgers' standpoint, he goes ahead and he retires. Because the least thing I want to see happen is for a man to continue to play the game of football and lose week in, week out. And I want to draw a little bit of parallel because I watch NASCAR. And Jimmy Johnson, he won 7 championships in NASCAR. And he retired, quote unquote. And he went to race in IndyCar and wasn't the greatest in there, but he came back. And now he's owning a team, but he's driving. And he is nowhere near the caliber of driver that he was when he won 7 championships.
He lost it.
He lost it. And I think that's where my thing is with Aaron Rodgers. Like, you had it. And I don't know if it was... I really think it was this Achilles issue when he tore it last year. I think your age is catching up to you. When you compound that with a big injury like your Achilles...
Week out, he's just taking a beating.
Even look at Kirk Cousins. He started out really slow. Now he's
getting up there.
He's getting up there, but he also has a team that I think better suits him as a quarterback, as a passer. Where New York does not. How many times does Aaron Rodgers take a hit after a hit because his offensive line can't hold back the defense? You got something there.
I have something pulled up.
Okay.
So you were talking about Rodgers should retire. Yeah. If he is a good person, which is very debatable if you ask certain people, but if he is a good person, he will not retire, and let me tell you why. If he is cut or retires or gets traded, the dead cap hit to the Jets is $49 million. So if he is any bit of a good human being, he will at least ride that fucking bench. I don't know what to say.
What if he becomes head coach?
I don't know.
I really think this is a point where I don't know if Aaron Rodgers really is a coach. He's not a leader. You look at players. Now, Brady, he's going in the ownership standpoint. I think Brady could be a coach.
He could be.
I think ownership probably suits him better, but I think at the end of the day, he could be a coach. You know who else I think could be a coach? Peyton Manning.
I was just about to say that.
Peyton Manning could be a coach.
He should have been a coach.
He should have been I think he should be a coach. I think he's got plenty of time to be a coach.
That's how I feel about Tony Romo.
Flag? Tony Romo?
Yes.
What the hell? Just because he can see defense, he was terrible.
Well, I heard Tony Romo's the starting quarterback in Dallas now.
I saw that
They
sign.
tried to get him back.
He was talking about, let me get warmed up here. I was like, go out there.
Do it.
So, did you, hold on.
I'm out.
It flared up.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, Terry was talking something about a Mike Tomlin lining up on 4th down or something crazy. I didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
I don't know. You guys? I don't know what he was talking about there.
You seen what I was talking about?
I saw what you're talking about, but I don't recall.
I was confused reading that. I'm like, what, he put fucking pads on? Like, what are you talking about?
He ran the 4th down call? Like he ran it himself?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It really confused me.
Terry?
Can we get Terry to call in to elaborate?
No way, dude. He's got something that comes up.
I think he had parent-teacher conferences tonight.
How do you have parent-teacher conferences? You're in the ceiling. Oh. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so, I mean, we could get into head coach, like, who should be a coach phenomenon in the offseason. That'd be great.
Jason Kelsey.
Okay. Well, he apologized for his actions in Penn
He
State.
shouldn't have. That guy called his brother something you shouldn't say.
Probably should defend your brother over a phone.
I agree.
But I digress.
I
Let's get moving here. 7.5 point favorite. Miami Dolphins playing the Las Vegas Raiders.
Why do you always say it like that?
I don't know. I just do.
That's a sweep, ain't it, on Dolphins?
It is a sweep.
Yeah.
And then there's another game. A really good game. Favorite is by 3.
Okay.
Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Baltimore Ravens.
Who's favored?
Ravens by 3.
I think I would take the Steelers
Man, that's
spread.
gonna be a game.
But I do think that the Ravens will.
You and Sean took the Ravens. I took the Steelers. Now, this game, it was like 51 Steelers, 49 Ravens.
And mine was the exact opposite.
Because
100%.
the Steelers, no matter who they're playing in the division, the Steelers they are
They are the boogeyman. They
Yes.
are the monster in the closet.
they're the team that you think they're going to lose this game. They'll find a way to win.
Yes.
And
that's Tomlin.
And I think that with this game being in Pittsburgh, I think that's
I hear
Russell Wilson looks like Russell Wilson in Seattle in the heyday.
It does. It's kind of weird.
You know, I know we talked about it a couple weeks ago when they've switched out Justin Fields for Russell Wilson. We were like, no
The hell
way,
you
like
doing?
you don't know what you're doing. But Tomlin done it again. He proved
He
us
did.
wrong again. You gave me the weird face when I said it was Russell Wilson old. Is that just because he was in the Seattle Seahawks and that's a 49ers team, Seahawks? You see that chuckle?
When I think of this game, I just keep thinking about this. I cannot wait to watch this defense versus this offense. It's going to be phenomenal.
I agree. So if you were to put in 2 percentages like me and Preach did, like
Dude, it would be like, 49-51.
yeah, it's so close. It wouldn't shock me the Steelers win. It wouldn't shock me the Ravens win. The only thing that would shock me is a tie. That's the only thing that can shock me.
I mean, it's going to be a really good matchup. You know what's going to be a really good matchup? Is this next game on our list? But before we get to that, let's go to commercial break.
Flag on the commercial. Commercial. Oh, it's for our Gridiron Goons t-shirts that we're selling. $20 a piece. We got the GGs on the front and the whole logo on the back. On the front, 2 GGs. We can customize them in any colors you want of your team's colorway. Anyway, back to the show.
Welcome back from commercial break. If you want your Gridiron Goons t-shirts, make sure you contact the Craft Jar on Facebook with your size and what you want, and we'll get it to you. Back to Sunday's matchups. I wanted to lead off this second half of the show with a rivalry game.
Ooh.
The San Francisco 49ers are off a hot last-second win by Jake Mooney.
And Moody range.
Booty like Moody.
Coming into this game, 6.5 point favorite over the Seattle Seahawks.
You said 6-point favorite?
6.5 point favorite.
I'll take the Seahawks spread on that. I'm not saying the Niners aren't going to win, but they're not going to win by touchdown.
6.5 points. Now,
No.
like I said, like you said, I think this game's a lot closer.
Yeah.
But the 49ers are the first team on the outside looking into the playoffs. You had said last week that you think that the Vikings are going to slip out of the playoffs. I think really this is a prime for San Francisco to regain their NFC West division.
How many games are they behind the Cardinals?
Let me look.
One. And the Cardinals own the tiebreaker. Because they beat us already.
Twice?
Twice.
Once.
Well, you can't say that then.
Let's.
But he said one game behind. So
I believe the Cardinals are 6-4. We are 5-5.
You are 5-4. The Cardinals are 6-4. So, I mean, you're right there neck and
and
neck.
the Cards are on bye, yes.
Yes. So, I mean, you're technically a half game back.
And it's against another division rival.
Right.
So it's just even more for them to play for.
We fucked them up a few weeks ago.
And I think you're going to fuck them up again.
And Greenlaw's back. Greenlaw will be his first game back.
Is this week?
I'm excited.
Is this week?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
So I'd like to say something about your Niners, and I'd like for you to speculate off of what I'm saying. So I keep hearing you say you guys are going to trade Debo, and it's going to be Pearsall and Ayuk and Jennings, no Debo, and you're going to continue to run your offense like that. Okay? That's what you've been saying, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think that's going to happen. Because we've seen it time and time again. I've said that the Niners are like a fine watch. If everything's not perfect, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Why has their offense worked without Ayuk, if that's the case? He's not versatile enough. He's just another player. Yes, he's great, okay? He's great. But he's just another player that's on the outside. He doesn't have the versatility that C-Mac, Kittle, and Debo brings. And that versatility is why their offense works. That's why when Ayuk was in and Debo was out, they had terrible offense. Mm-hmm. But when the exact opposite is there, looks pretty normal.
When Debo's out, you can definitely tell Shanahan cannot open his playbook as far.
Correct. So what I'm saying is I think that you guys have to keep Debo no matter what. Because I think at the end of the day, he is your X factor. You guys had a run game when C-Mac wasn't there. You guys had a pass game when Ayuk wasn't there. Like, I think Debo is that piece. He is your offensive drive. Even if he does nothing.
The glue.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Debo's got to step it up then.
You're correct.
As much as I said that this is about the time where the San Francisco 49ers figure out how to win the NFC West, their schedule after this week against the Seahawks, they go to Lambeau Field next week.
Oh, that'll be a hell of a game.
I wish we went to Lambeau this year.
Oh, my God.
Good game.
You guys want to go?
I think I'm busy, but maybe.
I'm busy. I got twins on the way.
I do, actually. Week 13, they play in Buffalo. Week 14, they play at home against the Bears, which should be an easy game. Then they play the Rams at home in Week 15. Then they go to Miami. Week 17, they play the Lions at home. And Week 18, the Cardinals at home. So they got a lot of pivotal matchups and pivotal games coming up. But you got to think, if they go to Green Bay, and this, I'll say it before, and I'll say it again. Green Bay has to go up 2 scores against San Francisco.
100%.
If Green Bay goes up 2 scores, it's the same thing as the NFC divisional game last year. If they go up 2 scores, Green Bay wins. Because for some reason why, Kyle Shanahan, anytime the San Francisco 49ers are within 1 score, especially going in the fourth quarter, they win that game. So, let's just speculation here. They lose to Green Bay as a homer here. They lose. But in the reality, they win. Okay? Let's just say they win in this scenario. They play Buffalo. Buffalo's hurting, though.
You're right.
They've been hurting. Don't know how they're going to do this week. They're really hurt. What if they continue to be hurt? What if Kincaid's injury is more than just...
I'll tell you right now, if there's a linebacker duo that can shut down Josh Allen, it's got to be Warner and Greenlaw.
right?
It's got to be. Am I wrong?
You win this game. Okay? So you win the next 3 games. You win the Bears. So you're now 10.
That's what I'm saying.
You're 10-4.
And that's what I'm saying.
This is Shanahan. We go through this every year. We go on a beginning the first 8-9 games we lose, and then some way Shanahan comes back to win next 6. He's been doing it the past 3 years. That's how and then we win the West, so on and so forth.
But I say that because you have to go as a San Francisco 49ers fan in this week. I have to win the next 4 because if you look at the Cardinals, bye week this week. They play the Seahawks next week. Then they go to Minnesota. They're home against the Seahawks, a team they just faced in Week 12. In Week 14, they play the Seahawks again. Then they play the Patriots, Panthers in Week 16, Rams in 17, and they play the 49ers in 18. So if you're the San Francisco 49ers and you want to make this playoff by winning the West, you have to go into Green Bay. You have to win. You have to win it. Honestly, you have to win. Look, if you come out of those 4 weeks with a dub in all 4, you play the Rams at home in Levi Stadium, and you go 5, okay, maybe you can breathe a little bit. Because 16, you go to the Dolphins. 17, you play a harsh game at home against Lions, which...
That's a fucking game.
That's a game right there.
That'll be game of the week.
Right. I mean... That's a Monday night game already.
Yeah.
Week 17. And then you play the Cardinals week 18. So it's like you have to win these next 4 games or in my opinion, their season's over. I don't think if they lose the next 2 after this week. So they beat Seattle. But they lose to Green Bay, they lose to the Bills. I think it's very hard for them to squeak away into the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely be tough.
Because
for sure.
If you're...
Anyway.
I'm going. Is there anything else on this matchup specifically you want to say or anything about the 49ers team?
No, I've already said my piece.
All right. Let's get a boogie in to the Denver Broncos, which almost.
So this is what we saved for this episode because we're going to talk about it while we talk about the Broncos.
Yeah.
So the Kansas City Chiefs have got to be the worst undefeated team we've ever seen. They have won 3 games that I can remember very, very thoroughly by ref decision alone. Okay? One was my Bucks. One was... It was at the beginning of the season. It was like week 3. It was the fucking Bengals, maybe? The penalty right in the end zone.
The pass interference call?
Yes.
I think it was the Bengals.
Yep, Bengals. And then there was one more. I can't think of it. But anyway, I know there was 3. Okay? And then... You got the Broncos go to make the field goal, and you block it. Look, I didn't get to watch the game, but the odds of blocking a kick are so fucking low. They have to be 1%. There's well over 100 kicks every single week, right? Well over. How many block kicks do we get a week? Usually not 1. And you're going to tell me
out of nowhere
to beat the undefeated team, you have the game-winning kick right now, and they fucking block it. You don't miss wide right. You don't miss wide left. Guess what? They block it. No fucking way. No way something happened. It has to be.
Yeah, they're in cahoots with the league because the league wants them to beat the 72 Dolphins record.
And the fucking... Patrick Mahomes got like a very minimal late hit on the outside, and you can hear the hot mic on the referee's mic.
Yeah.
Let me know when the defense gets close.
Who? What?
Huh?
Huh?
What do you mean what?
What?
Mahomes was saying that to the refs.
No, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, who and what are
Dude,
Who and what
and
are
the,
you?
the announcers were like, we'll let you know, Patty. I'm like, no. I've never heard anything like that. If that's common practice, please prove me wrong. But I don't believe there's any fucking way.
The league's not even trying to hide it now.
No.
I
It's like,
wonder.
you've got to be fucking kidding me.
I don't think that's common practice because on how many hot mics there are on the field, you think you would hear by now a ref yelling at a quarterback. You know, like somebody's right? Like, get down or whatever. You would think that in every single game that happens, you would hear something.
You'd think.
And you don't. Now,
Let me know when they're close.
now
No.
is that something that actually happens? We don't know. But I tend to believe it's not. I tend to believe
I know
that
we're
I know we're on the Broncos game.
Yeah.
So let's actually get that pick in before we.
Is the Chiefs the next game?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Let's get this
So let's get the
rolling.
Broncos. You took the Broncos.
I did. No,
No,
I did not.
Sean took the Broncos. You and I took the Falcons.
It wouldn't shock me if the Broncos won, though.
Right.
But I
The
will
Broncos
take my
are a
Falcons.
2.5 point favorite in this game. I do think it's, in my personal opinion, I think it's less than 2.5. I almost would even kneel it at this point.
game could really go either way.
Yes, it could.
You know, it is in Denver, so maybe that's why they have a 2.5 point favorite.
The altitude?
Maybe the altitude.
All right, so now on to the Chiefs game.
Yeah, so back to the Chiefs. I don't know if this is practiced by the refs, but I feel like we are seeing more and more, and maybe it's because all of the country and all the NFL fans absolutely
They have them
hatred.
under a microscope
Right.
right now. I'll give them that.
Right, so maybe it's because the hatred is so much to the Kansas City Chiefs right now that everything that happens is under a microscope and scrutinized. But you can't tell me that magically in your game against the Bucks, right, in that game against the Bucks, calls go
Call after fucking call.
call. You know, I don't want to get you on a route, but
The Niners.
the
were
Niners, every single time, call after call after call. And now I understand refs don't see everything, right? Let's be
Right,
honest, right?
yes.
Every game there are calls that they're like, oh, that should have been a holding call. Every fan says that about
course.
every game. But when it's consistently every single game that Patrick Mahomes either gets a
A lucky
rough-
pass interference after a
Right.
fucking pick.
right, or a roughing the passer after the quarterback literally holds him up, you know, like,
Anytime there's a chance for the Chiefs to lose.
right.
So, okay, I don't know the referee's name, but it's a female referee. She was in the suite talking to Taylor Swift.
Sarah Thomas.
Thank you. Sarah Thomas was in the suite talking and taking pictures with Taylor Swift, joking, laughing around. Okay, is Taylor Swift part of the team? No. Is she basically the face of that fucking franchise right now?
Yes.
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 You can't tell me that's not at least a little fucking suspicious. And I've said it time and time again, I'm not a blame the refs kind of guy. That's not how I am. There's a way to beat the refs, and that's play harder. That is play cleaner. Score fucking points and don't let them score no matter what. There is a way to beat the refs.
There is.
But that is pretty ridiculous that you're going to have one of the officials in a suite talking to what is basically the face of the fucking franchise. That's
It's a joke, to be
unreal.
honest.
Take pictures.
And it's getting old. You're getting over it.
I don't think I've ever hated a team. I didn't even hate the Patriots when they were in the Super Bowl every year. I didn't even hate them.
I think you can look. You take. Let's draw a little parallel between the Patriots and the Chiefs, right?
I mean, they're
right?
the fucking same,
Okay,
aren't they?
so Patriots, Deflategate, Spygate, right? All of these controversial.
Yeah.
Did they not? Right? At the end of the day, whether the balls were deflated, whether you spied and pulled the Michigan Wolverines before the
I
Michigan
knew you
Wolverines.
were going to say that. Connor Stallions.
Right. But at the end of the day, they weren't foolproof. Right? There was games they lost because teams outplayed them.
Correct.
Right? You look at the you look at the other end of the spectrum, the Kansas City Chiefs. Teams outplay them on a regular basis.
Consistent basis.
Consistently.
But somehow, some way,
They come away with the
they
dub.
come away with the dub. And it's not even this year. And now this year, I think, is the highlight because they play so terrible. But I think about the past 3-year road, right? Because,
Last year, Mahomes had a down year, and this year's even fucking worse.
well, even look at games they played last year. They played the Broncos game last year was close. The Raiders game last year at the end of the season was close. Right? There was 2 games that they could have lost to those 2 teams. You look at this year.
How many close
How
fucking
many
games?
close games?
Every
And
single game.
It's not even
I don't think they've won by more than 7 points all year long. Am I wrong? Because I don't think any of these games has been more than 6 points.
Every game has been relatively close.
Yes.
So I mean it's unfortunate that
And I don't want to hate Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to hate Travis Kelce. I don't want to hate these people. I think Mahomes has the ability to be the greatest quarterback this NFL has ever fucking seen. But right now, you can just tell something's off. It's not right. And here we are.
I mean it'll be interesting to see after Travis Kelce retires. What happens when they lose the entire face of their franchise? Let's see. Week 1, it was 27-20. Week 2, 26-25. Week 3, 22-17. Week 4, 17-10. Week 5 was the easiest win against the Saints, 26-13. Week 7 against Week 6 they had bye. Week 7 they played the 49ers, 28-18. Week 8, they played the Raiders 27-20. Another close game. 30-24 overtime win against the Bucks and a 16-14 win against the Broncos. Now,
Josh Allen, I know you listen because we have connections. I need you to blow the Chiefs out of the fucking water. I'm begging you.
I mean, you two have the Bills.
Yes.
And
it's because I can't
Hatred.
stand it.
Hatred.
And it is for my. It's my standing purpose only. I'm taking this.
I get it. I get it.
When I got a shot to go up a win against
like
the two
it.
of you, I
get
have
it,
to
man.
take the opportunity.
Gotta respect it.
Now, do I want the Bills to absolutely win this game? Yes. I just don't see one or two things. One, the injuries that are on the team right now. Keon Coleman's not playing. Amari Cooper, like we talked in Thursday's episode, it seemed like it was a day-to-day process. It wouldn't surprise me if that's a game-time decision. Kincaid with a knee injury, is that
Sketchy.
But when we record these episodes on Tuesday, a lot of times it's really just information that these players got banged up in on
Kind of
Sunday's
hard
game.
for us.
So a lot of news when we do sometimes record on Wednesday. That's why we usually have a better gauge
Right.
on who's playing, who's not playing. But I think Kincaid will probably play. I think Amari Cooper will end up probably playing because they'll be like, dude, we got to have him play. I just think that, unfortunately, the Chiefs are going to win this game.
I get it.
Where is it at? Buffalo?
Buffalo.
I know it's November,
it is in
but I hope
Buffalo.
for snow.
So, I mean, I think we've been on this train long enough. Let's get to...
Fuck that train.
let's get to Sunday night's matchup.
Let's go.
Where are we going?
Los Angeles, California.
Coach Harbaugh.
Coach Harbaugh
Oh my God.
in a Sunday night matchup. They are the 1.5 favorite over the Cincinnati Bengals, which I think there's a little bit of cause for concern for Cincinnati. Their record does not show that they are a winning team. Now, the players and the team,
Yeah.
time after time, it's like, can they win? Can they not win? It depends on what they want to do. They're 2-4.
It's crazy.
Like,
I'm shocked. I don't get it.
you're shocked.
I am.
Did you just get shocked there?
I think Herbo stays hot.
I get that.
I get that.
Brad McConkey. If that dude doesn't... Quentin Brick Hands Johnston. He's really putting it together this year. Your nickname's still Brick Hands to me, but you are putting it together this year, buddy. Thanks for
They
listening.
are putting it together. Their Bengals losses. Week 1, Patriots. Joe Burrow first week after that
Yeah.
wrist injury.
Yeah.
They lost a close one to the Chiefs, which
I don't want to talk about
don't
it.
want to talk about it.
Fuck that.
They lost a close one to the Commanders. They beat the Panthers, as they should. They lost a close one to the Ravens. They beat the Giants, which they should have. They beat the Browns, okay,
Okay, go ahead.
which they should have. They got blown out by the Eagles. They beat the Raiders. They lost their second close one to the Ravens, 34-35.
Time out. So you're telling me that their only wins are off of like bottom 10 teams?
All under 500 teams.
Yes.
Holy shit.
But when I say their loss against the Ravens in Week 5 was 38-41,
That's
their
a
loss,
shootout.
their loss to the Ravens in Week 10 was 34-35.
So they're there to play, they just can't put it together.
There's 2 games that they could have won.
They can't finish.
You know,
Shanahan.
I mean,
Gotcha is.
honestly, like, they're a team that they could have at least 3 more wins on their record. They should have beat the Chiefs. They should have beat the Ravens first time and the second time. So I think we're looking at a team that their record does not value what their team actually is.
No.
And it's a winning team. And so that's why I have them going in. Granted, they're the underdog by 1.5, but I think
That's an even game.
that's an even game, and I think this team has something to prove. This team is on the line for the rest of the season, and they have to win. And they're going into a bye week in Week 12. So I think if they come in this game going, we have to win going into our bye week, because when they come back, they play the Steelers, which is going to be a tough divisional matchup. That's in Cincinnati. And then they play at the Cowboys, play the Titans. So 2 weeks in a row that they should have a favorable matchup. And then they play the Browns, the Broncos, and the Steelers to end out the regular season. So they have, this is almost the same territory for San Francisco, just on the other side of the conference. They have to win this game because they have to go into the off week knowing that they could win maybe the next 3 games. Because if they were to split the Steelers series, or if they were to win the first week and actually end up winning that Week 18 matchup, this team, like I said, their record does not show what their team is. And by that reason, I have to also take the odd man out on this one, because if I'm going to make any gap on Sean's lead, it has to be this week, because I have to win.
Let's go, man. This is going to be, I can't wait for this game. I might call in.
Why do you sound like a robot sometimes when you do that? Let's go, man.
Let's go, man.
Let's go to Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football.
So here's a guy.
Here
Oh,
we
wait, that
go.
was Sunday. Never mind.
Fuck that.
Like, Texans Cowboys.
Ugh.
What a terrible Monday
Sounds
night.
like dog shit.
Texans, where they all Reds again, that's fire.
Dude, so fire. Absolute gas.
7.5 point favorite. I think it could actually be more. I'm not going to lie. We swept the end of this week. Week 11.
Yeah. I mean, come
With
on,
the
man. It's the fucking cow bitches.
I mean,
Minus Dak, too.
minus Dak. So,
But with Mingo.
yes. Yes.
Oh, my God.
Woo! Mingo.
I still can't believe that. Did you see the, speaking of the Cowboys, so CeeDee Lamb couldn't catch the touchdown pass, right?
Oh, the sun was in his eyes?
Sun was in his eyes.
Well, yeah.
So he went up to Jerry and said, hey, we should put curtains over there because I couldn't catch a ball because I literally couldn't see. And Jerry Jones essentially said, we should just tear down the fucking stadium and build a new one. I'm like, what?
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, that's a perfect compromise to getting curtains, you old fuck. Oh, my God.
Wants to build a $400 million stadium, but don't want to pay $8 million
Nope.
for Derrick Henry.
Well,
I get that.
I can't.
There's no defending the Cowboys anymore. So if any of you guys are Cowboys fans,
You suck.
damn,
Yes!
holy shit, that's not where I was going with that. I was gonna say, please sound off in the comments and tell us what are your thoughts on your team absolutely fumbling the bag repeatedly because of your owner. I want to know your thoughts. Please comment on YouTube, hit us up on Facebook. I would love to know. With that being said,
Yeah, I'm preaching. Dak Prescott's definitely not the number 2 quarterback in the league this year.
he's got a point.
How do you follow that? Sean O'Mac, I'm in Moody range.
And I'm Brandon, and this is us, the Gridiron Goons, at the Gridiron Goon Studios. And always remember, if you're going to place bets, bet that Moody will miss that fucking kick because there's no such thing as Moody range. This is your week.